Tottenham till I die. Raise a banner, let it fly high through the rain, through the fire. This is my cause, my only desire.
No, Dermo, you're not there. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to
hello. I'm back.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry, I had to log out to log back in again. I was just saying, wasn't that a long time ago? It feels a long time ago where we were lifting that trophy in Bilbao. Everyone was united. West Ham fans and Arsenal fans were crying. Tottenham fans were celebrating. Chelsea fans were still trying to find their football club because they lost it somewhere down the King's Road. And Millwall just being Millwall, little bad boys that think they're big men trying to jump up and down like a jack-in-the-box. That last bit is from a video somebody put into a group chat by men, right? And this, I think, who were Millwall playing at the weekend? Who was it? Forget now. And there was this little Millwall fan. He wasn't tall enough, right, to see over the wall. So you had to keep jumping up to abuse the away fans. It was the most funniest thing you've ever seen, just jumping up and down. Somebody actually bought him a seat to stand up on. It was so funny. But guys, welcome. And yes, we are being joined by the lads down in the West End of London. Yes, it is the one and only Tony.
East End of London.
East End of London, sorry. East End. Do you know what? I worked in the East End for a long time. Lovely people. Salt of the earth. You couldn't wish to meet a nice bunch of people. It's just a shame about the football club. But Tony, welcome. How are you doing, man? And this is the only West Ham fan I truly like and respect. He is a proper gentleman. He really is. Tony, how are you, sir?
I'm good, mate, and thanks for the invite on this. Looking forward to this one, I must admit. And obviously, I've been ganged up on because there's 3 of you in this one. But I'll come out fighting, don't worry.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. You get your one back on Sunday when I join your show. And then there'll be an Arsenal fan, a West Ham fan, and a Man United fan. So I'm going to be totally outnumbered. So you can all jump at me then. Joining me, of course, my 2 usual co-hosts, of course, we all look very smart. All have had our haircuts. Get it done. It's a big day tomorrow at West Ham. Rain's going to the game. James is going to be joining me on streams here. So, Rain, we'll start with you, bud. You're going to the game. How are you very quickly this evening, bud?
I'm really excited about going to. We've been talking about it. Everyone's saying, we're really excited about going tomorrow. And someone said, "Really? Are you really excited about the game?" And everyone's like, "No, we're just excited that we're going to go and meet up to do the protest." That's what we're all excited about. Which I guess is partly what it's about, right? It's just as much about going and being with people as it is about the football. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to going up and meeting up with some people who I don't normally see them because I'm Paxton. I'm in the North Stand, and so many of these guys are in the South Stand, so I don't normally see them. So yeah, it'd be good.
And James, how are you, bud? Of course, you're at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium already, looking after it. In case anyone tries to nick it, goes and puts it on the set of wheels and runs away with it.
Yeah, definitely.
So how are you, bud? Are you looking forward to the game tomorrow? I think we are looking forward to it, aren't we? Because it is a London derby. It is North versus East. And it's about bragging rights, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a London derby. Everything's bragging rights when it comes to a London derby. I mean, I'm absolutely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see how Gallagher fits into Thomas Franks' system. And I'm looking forward to seeing us hopefully play some attacking football for once. I can only hope and pray on the latter. But yeah, it should be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. Proper looking forward to it. I look forward to every Spurs game, Dermo. I do.
Yeah, you and me both do. But you know what's going to happen, don't you? It's going to end up being 0-0. 0-0.
Yeah.
Look, welcome a few people in. We are also being joined. We are going out on Hammers Football TV. So big up to everyone. Welcome to everyone over there, guys. And look, tonight's all about banter. It is all about banter, and that's what it is. I think we're going through enough pain with our football clubs at the moment. We can all agree that you're in pain, Tony. We're in pain. The West Ham fans want their board out. We want our board out. West Tottenham fans want to buy Paquetá. Paquetá wants to go to West Ham. Wants to go to Brazil. I mean, you know, you have an ex-Tottenham manager in Nuno. We just have a shit manager in normal in Thomas Frank. So yeah, there's a lot we can sympathise. We can sit at the bonfire and have cups of cocoa and ready hug each other. No, we can't because we can't stand each other. Right. Let's welcome a few people in. We've got Brian. Big up to you, Brian. It says big up to you. We've got Daz as well. It says Tony. Big up to you, Daz. We've got also Matt Foster as well. Big up Daz. Big up Tony. And he says, does THFC stand for totally horrendous football club? Right. Okay. I wasn't going to go there. I was going to be nice. Now that's it. The gloves are off. Does West Ham stand for playing with your bubbles and your Barney the dinosaurs, and you have to bring binoculars to watch a game? Please tell me. How do you? I don't know. Go to a football match. Normally, bring your wallet, bring your ticket with you. Have I got enough money for a few beers? You go to West Ham. I've got to bring my bubble machine. I've got to bring my Barney the dinosaur, and I've got to bring a pair of binoculars to watch the game. I mean, it's like going on safari, going down to London Stadium. Big up to you, Matt. It is banter, but I'm going to get attacked by a lot of West Ham fans now. Big up to Tony. Big up, guys. So we've got big up to Frog in the Well. I like that name. Big up Frog in the Well. Tony, Matt, Daz, gang, all moist for tomorrow. Fair enough. Okay. See, James is there looking a little bit, going, "Oi, oi, mate."
Oni in West Ham. Oni in West Ham.
Rain is looking on the internet, Googling it. What does that mean?
The chat's got a little bit spicy there, mate. Yeah, exactly. You need to be careful with where you're going, mate. It's got a little bit spicy. There's a couple of ones you're going to need to skip, mate. Just letting you know.
I know.
I've looked ahead for you. There's one. You can skip that one. You can go to the next one. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think it gets any better. But
this is, you know what? I'm sorry. I know we've got to be careful, but isn't this what it's all about, though? Isn't it? It's all banter, isn't it? And that's what football's about, isn't it? It's about banter. It's about having fun. Yeah, I better take that one off very quickly. Big up to your words and pictures. Big up to you. Who else we've got coming in tonight? We've got big up to Brent. Big up to you, says Evan Tone. We've got who else we've got? Who else coming in? We've got Simon Cohen, 3 points plus, please, plus more sign-in. Simon Cohen, I have got an update. There will be a pre-record going up tomorrow morning on that load of update. I've got a massive update this afternoon, Simon, so that is coming for you tomorrow. Big up to David Clark. It says, no, we weren't United. We were Spurs and our opponents. See? There's David that's bringing us back down to earth with a bang. Big up to you. Big up to you, Akers, as well as Sacco. That's what I've named tomorrow's derby.
El Sacco, yeah.
I want to start on that. Guys, is it El Sacco? Do you think tomorrow will be the end for one of the managers of both clubs? Do you want to go first, Tony, and then I go to James and Rain?
Well, you know, the board will give the dreaded, you know, they've got the vote of confidence in Nuno at the moment, and obviously they're going to back him with the signings. So we'll see. This might be a turning point. You never know, but I think it's a couple more games to go. But by all accounts, it's not far off because they want to make sure if they've got any kind of last hurrah to kind of save our season, then it could be that Nuno makes way for someone else.
James, for Thomas Frank, is it El Sacco for you guys? What do you reckon?
It's thin ice time, is what I would say. Very, very thin ice time. If we don't sack him, I think there's going to be questions asked by the Spurs fans with regards to Nuno. Yeah, again, it's very thin ice time, I think. So it's going to be one of those. I think the boards, the respective board, respected. No, the respect. I
Tiv.
can't even say that word. Yeah, respective boards. That's the words. Cheers, Tony. Will be certainly looking and thinking: is this the right move? Have we got the right manager there?
Dermot, I think both boards are
Yeah,
in.
and you, Wayne?
But Dermot, I think both boards are in exactly the same position. They can't sack either manager because who are they going to get in? There's no Sam Allardyce waiting round the corner to pick up the reins for a club that's about to get relegated. I think both boards are in the position where they just need to stick with the guy that they've currently got. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I think that's just the way it is.
It is.
I don't think our board have any intention of sacking Frank unless maybe we get close. But for West Ham, I mean, they've nailed they've nailed their mast to Nuno. I don't think they've got any choice now.
Yeah.
I don't know, Tony. Is that I don't know where you go with that.
Well, they've just signed a new first team coach to join with Nuno, so they've kind of strengthened in that department. Hopefully, he's going to be one of those that's going to help, develop this squad at the moment. But at the end of the day, I mean, when you got to think he took over from Potter, we was already languishing down that bottom end, and really, any chance we've had to get up and away from that side of things, it just turns out that when you're down the bottom, nothing goes for you, because 1 minute we're 14th, then we go back to 18th, and that's where we've virtually stayed. So, yeah, at the moment, we can't even cut a break. Simple as that. So, yeah, I mean, the board's going to stick with him. I think, they've got to have saved grace in the fact of they can't sack another manager to get someone else in this period of time and hope that they're going to turn it around and it's going to stay, save them from... which more likely could happen of us going down to the Championship after nearly 15 years.
Look, for me, I know David Clark saying it's nowhere near a Sakio. He's saying that St. Thomas Frank is a shit coach. It's so far off the mark. I'm sorry, he is a shit coach. If you only win 7 games out of 23 or 24, you can't win it. You've only won 3 home games all season. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not good. If you're a good coach, then you need to win home and away. And I'm sorry, he's not the manager, I think, to take us where we need to be. Now, who is that manager? God only knows. And I think if we do lose tomorrow, I think there was such a clamouring for him to be sacked. I think the board might be forced into sacking him. Now, we know Glasner's off at the end of the season. I get your point, Ryan. And James is the same as you, I think, where I think that they have to stick by him because they are buying from him. But are they really buying from him? Are they buying? Is Gallagher a club signing? It's like, are West Ham really buying for Nuno? Are they club signing? So both boards have a big decision to make. Whoever loses tomorrow, I think in West Ham's case, I think if you lose to us tomorrow, I think you've got to already think, is Nuno the man to get you out of trouble, to keep you in the Premier League? If Spurs lose tomorrow, we have to ask, is Thomas Frank the man to get us into Europe, which we could still qualify for the Conference League? There's no reason why we can't. So I think there's going to be a lot. I think for the end of this window, there's going to be a few more managers out of a job. I really do. I want to start on what the derby means to you. I'm going to start off, if that's all right. Then I go to you, Tony, and then if I go to Rain and you, James, is that right if I switch it around between you two?
Yeah.
The derby means to me, this is a London derby. I don't like playing West Ham. I've been to Upton Park, and it's not the nicest place in the world to go to, but it was a proper old school stadium, Upton Park. And never, do you know what? I may not like the club, but I've never had a problem with the fans. West Ham fans I've always found to be they're great fans to have to crack with and the banter with, and I've always got on well with them. But it's a derby I want to win. It's a proper London derby because both clubs don't like each other.
Mhm.
And I think it is, isn't it, Tony? It is a proper old school derby, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I see someone, I think it was Simon that said, like, it's West Ham's cup final, but if you look at it, I think it's more your cup final than it is ours. Yeah, the chicken and run, yeah. When you look at that, Simon, that was a good old part of the stadium. But yeah, it is, when you look at these kind of derbies, obviously, you could either say you're living in the shadows of Arsenal because you're both in the North London area.
Mm.
But when you play us and that, it's a little bit different when we play, when we face each other. It's definitely different to if we play, for instance, Chelsea, Fulham, and Arsenal. When we play you, there is some hatred. You can see it. It's quite clear.
It is. Rain, what's it mean to you, bud? What does this game mean to you as a Spurs fan?
I mean, I don't. It's not one I look forward to because we don't generally get. It doesn't feel like we generally get a good result against West Ham, and we've had some shockers at home. I mean, going back to the intro, Dermot, I used to feel like we little broed West Ham. We got quite a few good players. I mean, like look at Jermaine Defoe, Carrick, right? We got quite a few really cracking players.
We sold them a few dud ones as well.
From West Ham, Canute was another one, right?
Sheringham, he went between both clubs. Teddy Sheringham.
So that's how I used to feel, but now it doesn't feel. Now it doesn't feel that way. Now it doesn't feel that way. Now, unfortunately, it very much, over the last few years, feels as if we're relatively on the same level. So it really has become a very important derby. The time when we were lording it over our North London rivals are gone, and now this is where we are. We're 14th, they're 17th, 18th, and it's a 6-pointer for us. That's where we both are. So yeah, I didn't used to feel like it was a big game. Now I do.
Yeah. James, what about you, bud? What does this game mean to you, like, as a London derby?
I mean,
are you with me, or are you more like Rain?
No, I'm pretty much very similar to you. I think it's a London derby. It means everything. Bragging rights over the city. Yes, neither club are in great form, but I think it is. It's a big 6-pointer. Like Rain said, I definitely agree with that statement. It is a big 6-pointer. A win here, and it starts to create a little bit of breathing room, even more so with the teams below us. But yeah, definitely. I love all London derbies. Whenever we play anybody from London, it just adds that little extra spice. It's like a little bit of pepper on top. Someone sprinkling some cayenne pepper on top of a football match. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good one. And I'm always up for London derbies.
You used to get good pie and mash down at Upton Park back in the day. You rarely did. I don't. Didn't they, Tony? Back in the day, Upton Park, you get good pie and mash. I have to say.
Yeah, you had Nathan's around the corner. You could have gone there, or Robin's up the East Ham High Street. But yeah, unfortunately, if you go that area now, they've all gone. They've all gone, unfortunately. But there is a pie and mash shop in the actual stadium itself, and there's one outside. But I don't think you can beat the old traditional pie and mash. That's for sure.
Okay. We've got one just opposite the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He does a decent pie and mash as well. And there's a lovely chicken shop there, chicken kebab shop, up just down the road from the stadium. And I will get the name of it, guys, and I will put it in chat for the next game. But for me, yeah, it's great. For me, big up to Dab. He says, for me, all teams that hate Spurs, that's true. That ain't Arsenal or Arsenal wannabes. I'm sorry, but I dislike all London rivals, but I especially hate Millwall. I think we can all agree we don't like Millwall on there. I think we can all agree with that one.
Yeah.
Rain's going a bit. I don't mind them. Is that what you're going to say? Can't hear you, bud.
Your mic's gone, Rain.
Yeah, I hear you, James. I've never given them any thought, if I'm brutally honest. I've given them a single moment's thought. Isn't that where Teddy Sheringham? Didn't Teddy Sheringham play for Millwall as well?
He
He did
started at
indeed,
Yeah,
Millwall,
he
I
did,
think.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the
Yeah.
extent of my Millwall.
I have been
I'm-
I have been to
I
Millwall
would-
following Doncaster
Sorry,
once.
go on, James. Go on, bud.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I went to Millwall to see Doncaster Rovers play.
Was it an experience?
It certainly was, because we came out of the ground and our coach had no windows. Yeah, we had literally every window on the coach had been put through by the Millwall fan. Lovely folk, honest. I thought they were throwing stones at the players and just missed like the strikers, but
I was doing a job up in London near Millwall, and they were playing Leeds that day, and we were working on the site, and we were locked into the site. And the police at the time thought it'd be a good idea to bring Leeds and Millwall fans down the same road.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
whoever
always
thought
the
of
clever
that
thought.
plan must have been. And we're standing up in a big on scaffolding, right, watching, and we're thinking, this is going to kick off here. This is going to kick off. Yeah, it did kick off. An hour and a half, we were stuck in work. Yeah. So no offense, nobody likes Millwall, and I think they don't care either. To be fair.
Yeah, Millwall and West Ham fans were always polite to each other. No punches or blows were ever exchanged.
You're best mates, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're
A shake of the hand and a nod of the head.
That's the one. Yeah. That's the one going. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Tottenham and West Ham have this big history, don't they, guys? That through the years, West Ham, and I will give West Ham credit, West Ham give the three players that actually won England the World Cup: Jeff Hurst, Bobby Moore, and who's the third one? There was three, wasn't there? Martin Peters. And then a certain Jimmy Greaves came to you lot, didn't he, in part exchange for Martin Peters?
We did.
So we've rarely exchanged. And Bill Nick, not a lot of people know this. The year that he left Spurs, Bill Nick did scouting for West Ham after he resigned from Tottenham Hotspur. So there's a little bit more info that nobody knew. What if you could describe your season in one hand, in one sort of word, Tony? How would you describe West Ham this season?
I'll be polite. Despicable.
Well, it is half hour. You can't swear.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely dog shit. There's no two ways about it. To go through as many managers like we have, the fact of, not just the managers, the poor signings, Tim Steiden. Then you had I forgot his name's Kyle McCauley with Potter. We've now got Mendes in with Nuno. But at the moment, it's the whole club stinks from top to bottom at the moment.
Yeah.
The German missed the best bits of it was Millwall in the war.
Oh, yeah. It's the same with us, isn't it, guys, for Tottenham? Really, it sounds similar, doesn't it? Really. Dysfunctional board, crap
shambolic.
Results. Yeah. I mean, are we bigging this game up to be a 0-0? Because we're here, we're all excited for it. We're going to go in there. It's 3 points, could mean a lot. It's sort of been described as Alsacchio. And what are your hope for? If say Tottenham win tomorrow, what's your hope, guys, for Tottenham winning tomorrow? And then I'll ask you the same question, Tony, about West Ham. But if we do get a result, what do you want to see tomorrow from the board? Two separate questions for you guys. I'll start with you, James and Ryan. Got one question for you, Ryan. Win tomorrow. What do you want to see from Thomas Frank tomorrow?
Attacking football. I would like to see 3-4-0. Attacking flair, attacking drive, playing like what we played the second half against Aston Villa. really taking the game to West Ham. Don't let them get comfortable on the ball. Stop sitting back. Stop trying to defend a 1-goal lead, because we're never going to do it. Just more attacking football is what I'd like to see, and I'd like to see us really put the sword to West Ham and really say, okay, we're turning a corner.
Yeah. And you, Rain, about the board. What do you want to see from the board tomorrow if we get a result tomorrow at West Ham? What's the next thing you want from our board to do?
It's not contingent on what happens tomorrow. They just need to get their fingers out and deliver the plan that they should be looking at, right? And if I know that we've got a predicted lineup to talk about, I don't know, but if what's being rumoured is true, we are still in absolute dire straits with regards to the players that are available for Frank to deliver the points that we need if we are not going to get sucked right into the bottom three fight, which is perfectly possible of happening. I don't see the board doing anything different to what I would almost judge them if they had an emotional response to tomorrow's game. I want a board that is rational, that has got a plan and delivers it. That doesn't. I'm not so sure. I think they're just very, very slow at the moment, but we need to see them do it.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, Tony, look, there is rumours Palunia is missing, injured. What do you want to see from Nuno tomorrow? How do you think Nuno's going to set up against us tomorrow? What do you want him to do against us? Because he is an ex-manager of ours. He does sort of know how Tottenham play. I feel Nuno is a good manager. I just felt Tottenham was the wrong club for him at the wrong time, I think. I think he done brilliantly at Nottingham Forest. I think he was harshly treated there. He's come down to you lot, which I'm not trying to be rude, but at the moment, West Ham are in a bit of a mess on and off the pitch. But do you feel sorry for Nuno, and what do you want to see from him tomorrow?
Can I just interject just quite quickly?
Yep.
I never saw the problem with. I never really understood the problem with Nuno at Spurs. I never really got it. It felt like a visceral sort of reaction to the fact that he was ninth choice Nuno. That's what he was known as, ninth choice Nuno. I don't think he was ever really given a chance to deliver at Spurs. Would he have delivered? I don't know, but it did feel very much like, yeah, mate, we don't want you. We never wanted you. Which is, I don't know. I felt I didn't really get it, to be honest.
No, I get that. I get that. I mean, Conte was available and decided, right, we're going to go for Conte because he's there. I mean, he is your manager, Tony. How do West Ham feel about Nuno? Are you still behind him, or do you want him out?
It's the problem with this one is the fact that he's proved himself at Forest, but come to us, and it's the dabbling that he does. It's games where you think we should be comfortable in a way he sets himself up, but unfortunately, the one that sticks in my mind, and the people in my chat know this one, is the Bournemouth game. We went 2-0 up in that game. Callum Wilson was having the game of his life for West Ham. And then in the 52nd, 57th minute, he hooks him off, and we go defensive for the remainder of the game. And all of a sudden, like, the stats don't lie. 2 shots to theirs 25, and it's decisions like that basically makes or break a manager. So when you're doing things like that, you don't do yourself any favours. He does set up too defensively sometimes, and that allows teams to kind of exploit that. And the one thing we've not addressed, and that's with Lopetegui, with Potter, and also with Nuno, but is when it comes down to set pieces, we are absolutely atrocious. But like everything else, you hear the old saying, you can only work with what you've got, and he's had to inherit, people from Lopetegui's era for the 10 signings, Potter, what he brought in, and he's still trying to find, in certain respects, the best formula, and that doesn't help us going forward. And as for the fans, it is the point of when we lose a game, especially when we allow teams back in. The chant is get him out. Let's get rid of him, because he like I said, he doesn't do himself any favours in that respects. And sometimes he doesn't have an option. I mean, they're going back to what Rain's saying there, not being funny, just like with Thomas Frank. If you come to Spurs, the one thing I would say to that chairman, and that is, what guarantees that I'm going to be backed? Because not being funny, you've had Conte, you've had Mourinho, you've had some decent managers there, and really, yourself, none of them have really been backed.
No,
so Thomas Frank going there, he should have kind of thought about that before he decided to put pen to paper. Not being funny, it's like Potter going to Chelsea. At the end of the day, that aged that man by going to the wrong choice. He should never have gone there whatsoever. Nuno's got a hard task. I mean, he's got to try and turn this squad around. And if you look, it's not just on the pitch. It's also skin deep. You can just see that everyone is basically they're knackered. The morale is on the deck, and he's as a manager, you've got to try and turn that around. And no excuses, but when we looked at the Forest game, some of the decisions with the refereeing, which you've seen in your games as well,
it was atrocious, that game, Tony. That penalty, that should never have been a penalty in my view. It beggars belief.
And even the one where Pablo gets fouled and then Somerville, and the referee's waving play on still, and then it goes down the other end. There was no advantage in play, but that's another stream, Dermot, because I think if you look at our refereeing is absolutely atrocious, and we're supposed to be the best league in the world.
Yeah, sorry, Dermot, I'm absolutely right. I think there is actually a general problem with football, right? There is, and refereeing is absolutely one of them. That they brought in VAR to help fix refereeing, and I can only think that it's made it worse. Not just VAR itself, but actually the quality of refereeing, full stop. And our perception of it. It can't be coincidence that's happened around that time. There was always mistakes. People, they're human beings, right? But these days, I sometimes wonder: is the rule book too big? Is it too complicated? Are these guys trying to think too much about it rather than just, was it a foul? Was it not a foul? Because we had Pawson the other day, and he was absolutely shocking, to the point where there were Arsenal fans on X going, "This was an absolute shocker. This guy clearly does not look." I'm an Arsenal fan, and this guy clearly doesn't like Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And it's like, yeah, welcome on board our train. It's a bit, but I think it's a general. All of us can think it's a problem with our club, but I think you're right, mate. I think it's a general problem. I think there's a general problem going on, and they need to sort it out.
And sharpish as well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, James, look, we know the refereeing has been atrocious this season, and West Ham and Tottenham haven't got the fair share of decisions. We can count on number of hands how many decisions went to us. I mean, the penalty that West Ham Tony was talking about against Forest should never have been given in the first place. I mean, I was totally shocked it was given. I was saying it. Ange said it last season that he feels games have been run by Stockley Park. And he got criticised for it. I think Ange was spot on when he said that comment. He's now coming back to be proven right in a way.
Yeah, 100%. I think the problem is one of my biggest problems with VAR is it's taken away. It's like the referees are scared to make a decision. They're terrified. They'll give a decision, and then they're so petrified that they've made the wrong decision that they go to VAR, and it's like, is my decision justified? Is it right? Is it right? Please, someone tell me I've made the right decision. And then if VAR then give it, say, maybe you should have another look at this, and then they go and they look at it, and they look at it slowed down and paused at certain positions. And whenever it drives me balmy, because whenever they pause these images on the pitch side monitor, they always pause it they'll use probably a different angle, and they pause it on the worst possible point. So like they move it up to that point constantly, like a little bit backwards and then to that point, a little bit back and then to that point, and it sort of always makes it look worse than it is. I agree that we have not had we've had some absolutely shocking decisions from VAR against us. And I'm pretty sure I haven't seen many of West Ham's games, but if Tony, you're telling me it's been the same VAR, I can believe it, because it's the same Premiership wide. The VAR have got too involved. When VAR was announced, it was for clear and obvious errors. That was what VAR was taught. That was the thing on offer. VAR is not coming to interfere with the game. The game will run its course, and VAR will only step in for clear and obvious errors. And we saw it last season, even this season. Minuscule parts of a human body being offside and is offside. That's not clear and obvious. That's micromanaging a game to a point where the game is becoming boring. Yeah. Because everything, you can't celebrate a goal being scored because it's everybody scores and it's like, oh, hang on, let's just wait for VAR to confirm it. Yes, VAR confirms it. Right, now we can celebrate. It's just taking over, and it's ruining the game, and it's ruining the game I love and us as fans love.
I mean, referees are
a period of time, isn't it? Sorry to interrupt there, Dermot. It's when they take. I think one of our games, it took nearly it was nearly 6.5 minutes to make a decision when it was clear and obvious what had happened. But they're umming and ahhing, they're looking at the thing, and what you've got to look at is the Forest game. You know, not just the fact of, as Dermot's saying, the penalty that Forest got awarded. It was the 2 fouls on Pablos and Somerville, but also Somerville scoring the goal. And then VAR saying that it was offside because Tatty, the new signing, was offside, but he deflected off one of their players. Somerville carries on through, scores a goal, and they're kind of, it should have been. It's them thinking, and unfortunately, as you know, those decisions make or break either your season in winning the championship or being relegated.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Rain, very quickly.
I wish they'd just tell us it's going to take like 6 minutes, so we could all just nip, and have a drink. While they're doing it.
Time well spent, exactly. Yes.
Sorry, Dermot.
It's okay, but look, you go to the games. You go to most of the home games in the Premier League. When there is this delay with VAR, what's it like in the stadium?
I'm on WhatsApp, mate. I get on WhatsApp because it's that classic thing, right? There's always a benefit. There's a benefit to being in the stadium and watching a game live, and there's a benefit to being at home and watching the game on TV. And because on TV they do lots of replays. In the stadium, when you're watching a game live, you can see stuff that isn't on your little 4x4 inch screen. Some people have bigger screens these days. So when there's VAR, I'm on WhatsApp to people who are watching it at home because we're not getting any information, and the guys around me, we're all going, has anybody got a clue what's going on?
Well, I thought Twitter had something up in there. They were putting the reasons up on Twitter, weren't they? I don't know if they're doing it this season. I know that's it. But referees do give a talk what their decision is. Do you think that's a good thing? Or do you think there needs to be more of that?
That's 6 minutes after, right?
I know.
You've got 6 minutes where, nothing's happening. But people at home, which is why I'm on WhatsApp, people at home are getting feedback. That's, I just think they should just bin it, or just say if you haven't made a decision in a minute, then just go with the on field and just accept that the ref's a bit of a donut.
Exactly.
He's gone. Yeah.
But-
I agree, Rain. It is very much, and I understand that there's the element of perception when it comes to VAR, and some people say it's done wonders for the game, and the one that always draws me, and I come back to, was earlier in the season when we was playing Newcastle, and Benton Curry's put in a headlock, and Newcastle score while Benton Kerr's in a headlock. And I'm just thinking, how is that not been given as a free kick? And then
it just goes on and on, James. But it does, it absolutely does. The referee for tomorrow is Michael Salisbury. I've done a little bit of research, and he's done 2 West Ham games. He's done 2 West Ham games this season. Brighton, where you drew 2-2. I don't know how we performed in that. And Burnley, where you beat them 3-2. And he's done one Spurs game, which was Wolves at home, which was awful. Really, that was pretty much the start of Frank out for a lot of people. Wolves at home, where we really struggled, but that was 1-1. So what this is telling me is we're getting goals tomorrow, lads. Which is a good thing, if nothing else. Yeah, so that's what this one thing is telling me. Sorry, Dermot.
Sorry. Yeah. Actually, no, the referee tomorrow is Gerard Gillette. That's who the referee tomorrow is. Yeah. It's Gillette. And the VAR man is James Bell. Never heard of him. Well, if Gillette,
no,
then...
You're right. I'm looking at the wrong game.
If Gillette's the referee tomorrow, then we won't have a hope in now, because he does not like Tottenham at all. I mean, that man never gives us anything. Look, we could look VAR. I think you're right, Tony. You bring it back. VAR can break a season, win you a league, get you relegated. It can really screw you over. A win for West Ham tomorrow, that drags us into a relegation fight. So I think my question for the guys here is, I'll start with you, Tony, and then I'll go to the lads. A win tomorrow. It's vital you get a win tomorrow, isn't it? To get yourself sort of out of that. I know it won't get you out of the bottom 3, but it'll put you in touch and distance.
Yeah, and that's the
point of
thing.
no return, aren't you?
Yeah, we need to do that. I mean, when you look at it now, I mean, we're 7 points adrift of Forest, and every point now is crucial. And the fact that the times where we should have got them, it just comes to, like I said earlier, Nuno chopping and changing things, making some weird decisions. I mean, it was quite interesting. 1 minute, we're kind of micromanaging Wilson to make sure he doesn't get injured, and then we signed, new guys, and then they sit on the bench for 90 minutes while Wilson plays a whole 90 minutes of a game, but he can't do it in previous games. But suddenly now, he's suddenly got these bags of energy and he can last a whole 90 minutes. It's decisions like that is also what's cost us, and that's where fans have kind of turned a little bit on Nuno because of those decisions alone.
Yeah. I mean, guys, look, no team's too big to go down, right? We all know that. And I know, look, it's been 77 since we last went down. I mean, it was the year I was born, so a lot of people blame me for Tottenham getting relegated. James wasn't even thought of back then. He wasn't even twinkle in his dad's eye, or around the same time. Wayne was a little snapper running around in short shorts, trying to find, give me the ball, I can play for Tottenham. So, we haven't seen Tottenham relegated. We've nearly seen them relegated, but we've never seen them relegated. If we lose tomorrow, lads, are you worried that we might be sucked into a relegation battle this year, where last season we were lucky because the 3 teams below us were absolutely damn right awful, but this year we do have West Ham, and like it or not, they could put on a bit of a spur. Are you worried? He wants to go. James, you want to go first, bud?
I'll go first on that one. Yeah. I don't think it's a case of us being sucked into a relegation fight. We are in a relegation fight.
Yeah.
It's not. We're not getting sucked into this. We are in a relegation fight. If things don't change, our form is shocking. our home form is shocking. Our away form has turned shocking because our away form was the only thing keeping us sort of afloat. That's now gone out the window. So yeah, we are in a relegation fight. We need to start getting results because if we don't, we will find ourselves in the bottom three, quick, sharpish. And so we are in it. We've got to start playing like we're in it and stop thinking like we're cruising top of the table, 20 points clear or something.
Do you share that same sort of worry, Rain, or are you sort of more relaxed about it? Because you seem, don't take this the wrong way, you seem more of a relaxed fan than say I am. I'm more emotional, wear my heart on my sleeve, and a bit like James, that we our love for the club oozes. You're a bit like, I would say, if we were doing Star Trek, you're a bit like Spock. You're logical. You look at things a bit more logical and thinking, do you know what, guys? Don't be stressing. We're going to be all right. Are you worried, or are you just sitting back there, a bit like Spock on the Enterprise bridge, going, do you know what, Captain? Everything's going to be fine.
I've always wanted to be a bit more like Bones, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Rather than Spock,
There is a bit of Bones about you, actually, to be fair.
Thank you, mate. All right. I mean, I'm looking at the table, and it is bonkers. You know what Tony was saying.
Yeah.
You know how you can fly up and down. I mean, we're 13 points away from them, and you're right. That can go really, really quick. But we're 6 points from fifth. That's nuts. That's absolutely crazy, and I think that's probably with you there, mate. It's absolutely crazy the way that the table is. I think rationally it's very, very unlikely we're going to get sucked in unless we go on a really bad run of form. If for no other reason than you need to, sorry, but West Ham, going to have to really claw themselves out of it. And if they do, at the moment it looks like Forest are actually competing with them to get relevant. Forest are after the initial Sean Dyche, little pickup, they've returned to Ange Postecoglou type results and form. So that's what, if West Ham get a result against us tomorrow, if West Ham get 3 points against us tomorrow, and get to 17, they'll be looking at Forest gleefully. That's your saving grace. I don't know when. I don't know if you played them or when you play them again, but that's going to be a massive game.
It is. Tony, you got somebody's gifted you a membership, so do you want to?
Absolutely, yes. Big up to Brian CFC. Thanks for that, sir. Thanks for coming in on that, and everyone that's in the chat. Don't forget as well. Hit the like button on Dermot's channel as well as mine, if you don't mind. Really appreciate that as well. I've just seen that thing about Mark Gay in that £20 million. Hold on, suddenly it's cut price FC all of a sudden from Palace. That's an interesting one.
It is. James has
he's
been
out,
putting it in the. Sorry.
Yeah, he's out of contract at come summer, so he's not going to stick around. He's not going to be there. So Crystal Palace will be just trying to get anything they can for him. If Man City are willing to pay 20 million for a player that's out of contract to beat off competition from potentially Bayern Munich, who had been linked with very strongly, who can come in and offer him a pre-contract now, Man City are going to do that just to strengthen their defence up. I can see it happening.
Rain's just checking this vigorously on his internet if it is true. There you go, Rain. Got some breaking news for you, bud. Thomas, thanks for giving a 40-year contract.
Try to beat Chelsea with a 6-year.
Yeah. Can you imagine the payout if he got sacked at the end of the season? Jesus, he would never have to work again.
Well, I was going to say that earlier when Tony said, Potter was aged by Chelsea. I bet his bank account loved it. So his bank account, that guy, these guys who get sacked, like Ange, who gets sacked, any manager gets sacked from Spurs, they never actually have to work again, do they? Really? Do you know what I mean? It's a different world.
I think we're doing the wrong job. I think we should be football managers instead of YouTube content creators. I think we're in the wrong field completely. Let's go through a little bit of the stats, guys, for the game. And of course, we are playing West Ham at home tomorrow. We have played them 59 times in the Premier League, 13 draws, 28 total wins for Spurs, 16 at home and 12 away. West Ham have 18 in total wins, 12 at home and only 6 away. This is Tottenham's where they are in the league. Spurs were in 14th, 4 place higher than West Ham. Spurs got 7 wins, 6 draws, 8 defeats, and 30 goals scored. Where West Ham have 18th in the Premier League, 3 wins, 5 draws, 13 defeats, and 22 goals scoring. I think that's West Ham's problem this season. It's scoring goals and also conceding them as well. This is Tottenham's form guide. Only 1 win in the last 5. But, you know, it's not as bad as West Ham, who have not won in the last 5. You can see defeats and draws. And it's funny, between 2 teams, only 1 game. Of either side, Tottenham or West Ham, 1 game they've won between the pair of them in the last 5 games. I mean, that is a staggering stat. These are the last 5 games where Tottenham have been quite happily beaten West Ham. We did beat you 3-0 early in the season. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. We've got the 1-1 draw then the last games before the end of Angie's reign. Then we've got the 4-1 home win during that same season. So we nearly did the double over you. We've got the draw. West Ham's last win at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was on the Thursday, the 7th of May, I think it was May 2023. That was a 2-win Spurs win. Team news, which we won't go into because that is for the particular lineup. But these are the stats. This derby means Tottenham flair against West Ham grit, with Tottenham winning 41% of all meetings, 51% of Premier League games, while West Ham scored first in 35%, but wins only 20% when doing so. Top scorer in the derby history is Jimmy Greaves, who played for both clubs. Tottenham with 10 goals, Harry Kane with 9. We've got Jarrod Bowen as well, West Ham on 6. And then we've got Sonny with 6 with 8 as well. And then win streaks, home and away. Spurs' longest win streak was 7, 85 to 1991. 18 goals scored, 4 conceded. West Ham, only 1 game. 2020, Tottenham unbeaten in 8 home derbies, 7 wins and 1 draw. I'm sorry, Tony. That stat really makes me giggle. That your longest win, your longest winning streak against us, just 1.
Yeah,
I
1.
mean,
Yeah.
What? I mean, I am giggling. It is funny.
That just kind of sums it up. I mean, I like Frog's comment there. He's got on there where you put West Ham's grit, and he's asking that who is your drug dealer?
I let you know after the stream, Frog. Right. It's not Nuno, believe me. It might be Sullivan, but might not be. But I'll let you know after the stream. We first played each other back in the March the 10th, 1900, the turn of the last century, in the Southern League. Tottenham Hotspur won, West Ham United won. The first derby at White Hart Lane, 3,000 fans were there. So Sandy Brown's goal for John Cameron's Tottenham match by an own goal for Sid King's West Ham. Yes, we were doing the watch along to that game. We were there. James was milling in the 3,000 trying to get reaction to the game. Me and Rain were trying to do the commentary on top of a food bus. You know, Rain kept popping to the pub to get a pint. I was trying to do the commentary. It was a great day. It was a wet day that day. It was a great day, though. We did lose James for a bit of it. He just got lost in the among of the crowd, really. He was trying to
The good old days.
Yeah, he was trying to bribe John Cameron to get a game. Actually, that's what he was trying to do. But I love the enough stats in this game. It's so funny. Tottenham's 4 corners dominated this draw. I mean, that's a great stat. Dominated this draw. But draw, and the club's non-league ambitions set the tone for early rivalry as both vied for Southern League supremacy. Tottenham finished first, West Ham 5th, making the start of the North-East London football divide. I mean, guys, look, it is a big game, isn't it, tomorrow? What?
Yeah.
it's a big game for both sets of fans. So if you were in that dressing room tomorrow, Tony, you're in the West Ham dressing room. Nuno said, Tony, I want you to come in. I want you to speak to the West Ham fans. Guys, I'm going to get you to do the Tottenham one as well. What would you say to them West Ham players in that dressing room before they go into that tunnel, onto that pitch at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? What would you be saying to them?
Don't concede from set pieces. That's one thing, because that has been our most woeful thing at the moment. I think the key thing is just making sure that they give it a go, and that's the main thing you want. Actually kind of come at Spurs, try and play and give a good account for themselves rather than what they've been doing of late. I mean, some of the games have not been too bad. It's just a fact of we just cannot get things across the line, and that's been our biggest problem. As I said earlier before we came on, it seemed to be with Castellanos and Pablo and that everything's now centered around them. They're going to be the turning point for West Ham. These two strikers that we've signed. That's it now. Job's done. We're going to carry on and we're going to win with all these games because of these two players. But we've got to look at everything else behind us because, Areola can only do so much, but our defence is absolutely shocking. And it's proved that when it comes to corners. You've enjoyed a good spell against us with corners. I think you've got 11 that you've scored from over the years. So that in itself just tells you, if anything, that's possibly where Thomas Frank could look back at the history and think himself, this is the way I'm going to undo West Ham.
Yeah. What would you be saying to Nuno before you leave that dressing room?
Don't change what's not broke. Simple as that. If it's not broke, you don't need to fix it. Simple as that. Stick with what you're going to do. Have a game plan and make sure they stick to it. And more importantly, make sure you stick to it because the tinkering is killing us. It actually kills us in games.
It is. James, Rain, you're going to get the players. James, you got the manager. You're in that dressing room. Rain's in there talking to Romero and Van der Ven. He's trying to get the players all riled up. You got Thomas Frank in the corner of the dressing room with his coach and staff. I like that from words.
Yes, I see that.
What would you be saying to Thomas Frank tomorrow? What words of wisdom would you be whispering into his Danish ears?
Is that me?
No, for James. You
James.
get the players in a minute.
Don't be defensive. We're at home. We've got the crowd. Don't be defensive. Give the crowd something to cheer about. Be attacking. Be bold. Be brave. And come out fighting. Don't go out with a whimper.
There you go. Rain, you got the players there. You got Romero. You've got Van der Ven. You got Jed Spence not listening to you because he's listening to some crap music.
Yeah, he's got his white head, huge white headphones on. Yeah,
you're looking for Palunia. You wonder where he is. What are you saying to them players in that dressing room?
I love James is so consistent. You're so consistent, mate. You're as consistent as gravity in your message. I'm saying to the players, watch the lines. Let's get the ball forward quick. But when they've got the ball, you check over your shoulders and watch what's going on, because you haven't been doing that recently, and it's doing my head in. When I'm sitting up in the Paxton, I'm surprised you can't hear me. So check when somebody else got the ball, check over your shoulder to see who else is around you, and then make a decision about what you're going to do. Be smart, because Tony, our guys have got the situational awareness of a goldfish these days. They're absolutely useless.
Right. This is what I would say. I mean, you three of you've gone very tactical. You've gone very sort of, I guess the modern day. This is what I was saying. I've been getting them watching Rocky, and I said, let me tell you something. You already know the world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean, nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees, and you keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, and nobody's going to hit harder as life, but it ain't about as hard you hit. It's about hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Now, as much as you can take and keep moving forward, that is how winning are done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. And that's what I was saying to the Tottenham players. as they're leaving that dressing room. That's what I was saying to them. To get them going. See, I see Rain's already inspired already. Look, he's James is really inspired. He's so chilled there, sitting there thinking, I don't need a Rocky speech. I want to go in there and sit in the sports
No,
room.
I love that speech. I think it's a very apt speech, and it can be implied on many different facets of life. I just think we need to do more of what we're not doing at the moment.
Yeah, no, I agree.
We need to be more attacking, and we are not
Yeah.
being attacking, and we need more of what we're not doing. It's a kind of an oxymoron, really, isn't it? We need to do
It
more
is.
of what we're not doing, but that's what it's plain and simple. We need to be more attacking. Beginning of the season, when Frank first came in and we were playing attacking football, we were picking up results. We turned to this defensive, stupid bollocks, and we're losing games. Let's be more attacking. What's the worst that's going to happen? If we were more attacking and we lost 2-0, for instance, or 2-1, but we were more attacking and we played a game where we were more attacking for the full 90 minutes, I wouldn't complain. I would say at least we gave it a go. I'd be disgruntled, yes, but I would at least be able to say we gave it a go. We were more front-footed. We tried. This mentality that we've got where we sit back and play dead and roll over and die it's not getting us anywhere. You're never going to win a game of football defending.
No.
You win a game of football by scoring goals.
I'm sorry, James. I think a lot of it is competence. I think Frank has highlighted it that in 2 games this season we've lost the ball 26 times through unforced errors, and another game in the subsequent game we actually made an improvement. We lost the ball 25 times through unforced errors in a 90-minute game. That's losing the ball. That's passing the ball to another player, to an opposing player, without them challenging you once every 3 freaking minutes. That's absolutely insane. So I hear you, but they've got to keep the ball. They've got to actually pass to a teammate, and it's crazy that they can't do the basics. In that sense. And you guys are going to probably see it tomorrow, Tony. We are a shadow of the club, of the team that came to the London Stadium at the start of the season and rolled you over when we were doing that for fun away, like James was saying, away from home. We've totally and utterly regressed in terms of the way that these guys pass the ball around. It's just the mind boggles. Exactly. What's the other one, James? Our XG is like if we get an XG above 0.5, we all go and have a party.
We're getting giddy. We're getting really giddy.
If we can get half an XG, we're having a good game. Because as XG has been, a lot of people put a lot of weight into XG, and yes, it's an important stat. It is an important stat, but it's not the be up and end of all stats. You could have 2 shots and 2 on target and have an XG of 1 because they were clear goal scoring chances, and it's just that your striker can't hit a barn door. Oh wait, that's our strikers. But you could have 20 shots. Yeah, our strikers can't hit a barn door.
They can't even find the barn door, more like
exactly.
Thing.
Yeah, exactly. They can't even find it, let alone hit it. But you could also then have a team where you have 20 shots and none on target, but they'll have an absolutely piss poor XG. So XG is not the be up and end of all stats. There's other factors that come into play with XG. I just want to, like I say, I've said it a few times today, and I'll say it again. I just want to see us play attacking football. I don't want to see us playing kamikaze football like we did under Ange, because that wasn't sustainable. I just want to see us play front foot football. Stop defending. Not stop defending and switch off, but stop trying to play this defensive shit that we've been witnessing for the last 4 months.
Well,
It's
all I'm
just
going to
not
say, James,
doing it.
no, all I'm going to say is welcome to Frankfurt. Listen,
Yeah.
guys, we are going to end up there, but we're not going just yet. We're going to get the guys' score predictions and where we can find. But Tony, I want to thank you for coming into the Lions Den.
You're
You've
most
been well
welcome.
supported by the West Ham fans tonight. And I have to say, your chat has been well respected tonight. Big up to every one of them as well.
They're
Yeah.
great.
Tell
They're
us a
great
little-
people.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Hammers Football TV and what's your score prediction for tomorrow, bud?
Yes, the Hammers Football TV, as you know, is a West Ham channel. I do have a bits, and as you know, the Sunday night takeaway, I try and get all walks of life to come onto that program where we can talk about our West Ham and you know and how all the teams have done over the week, and obviously any subjective kind of matter when it comes to VAR, as we've always seen. But yeah, I try to do watch-alongs where I can doing that. And score prediction for tomorrow, it's going to be one of those. I think it might be because both teams are on a little bit of tenterhooks at the moment. I'm hoping, in certain respects, that we'll just nick it 2-1.
Ooh, interesting. James, where can people find you, bud? And what's your score prediction for tomorrow? Before you go
obviously
back
people
into
can-
the stadium.
Yeah, before I disappear back into the stadium. Yeah, obviously people can find me on here on THFC Till We Die. It is my home from home. Also, you can follow me on X at THFC James. Please jump over there and hit a follow on that. I tend to try and get all my transfer info that I get given on there. After obviously we've broken it first, Dermo. I don't post anything but we don't break first. And my score prediction, I've put it in the chat a couple of times. I'm going 3-0 Spurs.
Right. I'm going to go and do my usual. I'm sorry. We're going to win 4-0. We're going to go turn up tomorrow. We're going to bat. Oh, what? Am I on mute? Or
No,
No, we
Rain,
can hear-
don't
we can
forget
hear.
to ask Rain.
I know I'm going to Rain. Don't worry.
Oh my God,
I'm
no.
giving-
Oh, wow.
I'm giving Rain the last word. I'm giving
Wow.
him the last word on THFC. He gets the last word. For me, I'm going quickly 4-0. We're going to turn it. We're going to turn up tomorrow. We're going to batter them. Rain's going to have a day of glory of goals, jumping out of his seat 4 times. James will run around his house, topless, going, olay, olay, olay. It's happened again. And Tony will be going, oh shit, West Ham lost the game. Right, where's the bottle of whiskey? Now, Rain, you're going tomorrow, bud. You're going to the protest. Why I want you to go last this? Because I want you to talk about the protest. Where can people meet change for Tottenham? And also, where can people find you first? Score prediction, and then the protest, because you are going to it. So, sorry for waving the pen at you. It's like being at school. The
That's
teachers
all right.
are waving that.
I do feel like I should be taking notes. There's
Yeah.
quite a few things
It
there.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Right, score prediction.
Okay. Score prediction. Firstly, I love this. Harry Monk, Dermot. We found your West Ham alter ego.
Where? What's he saying? Oh, I love him.
Harry Monk, 9:08 p.m. 9:08 p.m. 0-5 West Ham. Love it.
16th of January 2026. We found my brother from birth.
I'd love you two to get into an auction and start bidding each other up. No, 6-0. No, 7-0. It really depends on who we've actually got to go into the team, because we are walking wounded. You have no idea how walking wounded we are. I'm provisionally going to go 2-1 Tottenham. The old Pools home 2-1 score. Where can people find me? Here 3 or 4 times a week, 2, 3, 4 times a week. Whenever I'm called. I'm on other channels a couple of times a week. Various other Spurs channels a couple of times a week, giving my opinions, helping out. The protests tomorrow. So yeah, we are protesting tomorrow. It's a little protest. At the end of last year, we had some really big protests, which you'll probably be aware of, which were attended by thousands of people marching down the high road. I've been an ever present at protests. throughout the Change for Tottenham era, even to the point where I was one of 15 who turned up for one protest when everybody else thought it's all done. We don't need to worry about it anymore. We are meeting. We were very lucky to have Billy T from Change for Tottenham on this channel a couple of days ago. Really, really good chat that was. Billy loved it. We are meeting at the corner pin, outside the corner pin at 2:00. I'll be there earlier. I'm generally at the stadium a bit earlier, so I'll be there earlier. And it's a very, very short, it's about a 30 minute walk to the South Stand. Change for Tottenham want us all to walk together to show unity. What they've forgotten is that for people like me who are in the North Stand, they don't let us in the South. They don't let us in those turnstiles anymore. I have to go. I'm going to have to go to the other ones, but I'll still walk with them to where they're going. I did joke to them, are we getting the West Ham fans as well? Because quite frankly, rivalries aside, and yes, I'm as partisan as the next guy when the whistle blows, but we've all been put in the crapper by our owners in the last 5 to 10 years. A lot of it's been about stadium and them increasing the valuation of whatever shares that they hold at the expense of our clubs. James has very eloquently verbalised or how a lot of Spurs fans feel that we're losing our culture, that we're not playing football the way that we should play football, because that's the Tottenham culture. And I look down the road at our West Ham cousins and look at how their culture of the academy of England churning out great player after great player. I think we spoke at backstage about. We spoke at the start about the great players that West Ham produced that helped us win '66, and this is all being taken away from us. And this sort of culture matters. It matters to football fans. That we need owners who actually respect that and give us what we want, because otherwise they're whatever they think they're going to get, they're going to lose it. If they're going to lose football. They need to give us it back.
Look, I want to thank firstly, big up Rain. That's a good way to end it, actually. Big up to you. Normally I struggle at it sometimes end shows, so I think that is good. Just to give you a little bit update, guys, the under 21s were playing tonight as well, and we did get a 1-1 draw away to Burnley. Goals for Burnley was Johnson, and for Spurs was Roswell on the 35th minute. Burnley did take the lead. Now, I will ask, do you want me to do under 21 watch-alongs? I was starting on them to do them. Me and Rain have actually talked about doing them, and James is around as well. The three of us are doing them all, whatever. So let us know if you'd like to. But everyone, please do get over to Hammers Football TV. Tony's a great guy, and we have a bit of banter, and he's the only West Ham fan I truly do respect and like. I like all your West Ham fans, by the way, and I apologise if I offended anyone about your bubble making machine, that you should be too old to play with bubbles, and you're still running around with Barney the dinosaurs and binoculars. So it's only banter. I don't really mean it.
We do have a player that likes playing with balloons, Dermo, so we shouldn't really be criticising.
Well, he should go to West Ham. He'd fit in quite well there then. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He really would.
Give us your address, Dermo, and I'll send you some bubble mixture. You'll be all right, just to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I must admit, when I used to go to Upton Park, I used to, when they hear we're forever blowing bubbles, that did send a shiver down your spine. And on the Tuesday night, Upton Park, Tottenham West Ham, that sent a shiver. The only other song does that when you hear "You Never Walk Home" at Liverpool. I think that song, you have to be at the stadium to really see how loud that is, and it really is loud. Big up to James says, thanks to chat and all the guys on the show tonight. Please like and subscribe if you can pick up your membership. Yeah, it's 99 cents. It's not 99 pence. It's cent. It's different in pounds. So whatever the pound equivalent is, I need to change that. But yeah, big up to you.
I think it's £1. I think it's £1.49p. I think it is.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Give or take. I don't think it's that much anymore, Rain. I think it's sort of like £1.24 at the moment.
The exchange rate's come down, yeah.
Yeah.
Get a bargain membership while you got the chance to.
Yeah, inflation. Yeah, we try to not to let inflation change us. We like to be the cheapest channel in town. Well, big up to Tony at Hammer TV. Good luck tomorrow, bud, and all you West Ham fans. If you're going to the game, enjoy yourselves. Have a great day. If you want to know what's happening tomorrow, we have the watch along at 20. Are you doing before the whistle? By the way, James, at 2.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I need to put that up then. James will join you at 2 o'clock for before the whistle. He's going to go through the lineup and everything. I'm starting to watch along at 25 to 3. So join me for that. Then me and James are doing after the whistle. I think Steve from Stateside Footy might be joining us as well for that. Rain's at the game. If you wonder why Rain ain't joining us, he'll be at the game chasing Thomas Frank around the stadium. Either just looking for his autograph. That's all he'll be looking for. His autograph. Yeah, if the game's boring, Rain, just run on the pitch with a big sign with subscribe to THFC till we die. If you can do that for us, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah,
great thing for the channel.
It's almost absurd. It's almost absurd that I'm going to do a one-man pitch invasion, Dermot. Almost a certainty. Yeah.
Rain, just think. There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Exactly.
Right. But there is such a thing as going to jail. Yeah.
Yeah. You can come to my jail. I'll look after you, Rain. I'll take care of you. I'll give you best jobs and everything.
Me and James have this all. We have this all planned, don't we, James? We've got it all planned for you, right down to the last dotted T. We've got it planned for you, bud. Now,
right for when you're banged up, I'll look after you.
Yeah. on that bit of news, on that bombshell, we should leave it there. Thank you all for watching. Tony, thanks again. Rain, James, you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on both channels. So predict the lineup out tomorrow as well at 10 o'clock, and a transfer roundup show tomorrow as well, guys. Whatever you do, come on, you Spurs. In the Cockerel we trust. We never stop. And I never thought I would ever have a West Ham fan do the hammer sign on this channel. There you go. Right, that's a good way to end it. See you tomorrow, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
Take care, everyone.
Good.